Hey there and welcome. If you've not been here before, these are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear I'm not one of these YouTubers who can splice shit in. I'm a technological throwback. Like, I know nothing on technology, right? But I can give my opinion on it, and then you can go see it if you want. If you want to punch a wall, right? I'd heard that this was coming up, but last night I watched a video by Cam Kirkham, who broke it down. Now, that young man is neatly describes, the age is just but a number, Fandango, because I have more respect for that lad's intellect, and he's only a Gen Zer. I have more respect for his intellect than 90% of the adults that I know that I've ever witnessed. So, yeah, a very, very wise young man. Anyways, Bonnie Blow has done a podcast with Andrew Tate. Now, I've never really followed Andrew. Well, of course, I've never followed Andrew Tate. Like, the bloke is like a knuckle dragger where it comes to, like views. And last night I learnt why. It was blatantly fucking obvious, to be fair. And so I had to do a video on this because obviously I've done, well, not obviously, if you have been here before, you will know that I've done many a video on Bonnie Blow and her damage to society, mainly when we are bringing in tons of unchecked, undocumented men who have in their culture, in their religion, in their society, that it is okay to see women and children as lesser beings, women and girls as lesser beings. The female of the species is lesser than the male to a lot of countries on this planet, and we're just saying, come on in, our doors are open, and Bonnie Blow is saying, come on in, my legs are open. And literally, it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, what colour you are, like literally, whether you have hair, whether you have a beer belly, you can fuck me. Just put a balaclava on first to see where I'm going, right? And some of them don't even have to. The balaclava ones are the ones who are ashamed of it. You're just hopping off a fucking boat and hopping in a fucking banny. Like, literally, it don't matter who sees you. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. You ain't even registered your papers yet, love. And who knows that they register real papers anyways, by the by. So I have a bugbear with the hooah and the guys who are going to the hooah and the people who are going to see all women as a lesser beings. I've gone and I've spoken to people from all over the world. I've spoken to the Afghani boatman. I've spoken to numerous African scammers. And one of my best friends lives in Jaipur in India, and literally the consensus of opinion is that yes, the world stage sees Western women as hooahs, and Bonnie Blow is the poster girl for that. She said on this, so I'm just going to start splicing it in. She said on this podcast with Andrew Tate, oh fuck it, am I going to remember any of this? I've literally just got up and my brain's all over the show. But I thought I'd do it now. No, that's gone. Oh, and also I tangent. Another disclaimer, I tangent, right? Especially when I'm on thing. Now, one thing about so-says cares that I always say, like, right, because it is kind of my bugbear. I don't know what I do, but I would consider my job fathoming ways to overthrow the patriarchy, right? And, yeah, this all fucking ties in. And recently, I have been doing a lot of videos on Islam because my local pub is being turned into a mosque under extremely, and like literally I've reached out to so many people on this. You would not believe, nobody is answering. This is corrupt as fuck. The council have said you're not allowed, the council and the police have said you're not allowed to mention Muslim grooming gangs because it's hate speech. We were told this. We have the opportunity to stop something before it actually happens, and nobody's fucking helping us. Literally, we have nothing. Nobody can say a damn thing. We are experiencing a Muslim invasion, and the whole country, they're taking. I have only just realised this. Google Taqiyya, the art of lying to format Islam. Google Taharush, which is sexual harassment. Know any other fucking religion that has a word for sexual harassment, and in its fucking extremist, gang rape. They will come round and fucking provide an impenetrable barrier for people to get gang raped in the middle. And guess who's a fucking Muslim? Guess who's a fucking Muslim? Andrew Tate. And I now apparently this has been known. I told my mates, oh my fucking God, Andrew Tate's a Muslim. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of old news. Everybody knows that. I didn't. I choose not to look at him because I don't like his face. He looks like Pob, if you remember Pob. No, he's just a bad man. He is an angry man, right? And he is demeaning, and I found out why when I watched it, right? I'm like, I had to Google it. I'm like, this guy's got to be a Muslim. He has to be a Muslim because of what he was speaking about. Googled it. Yeah, he converted in 2022. It's like, now I heard somewhere, because you're not allowed, right? I was told by the chap from the BBC that I spoke to, who also couldn't help us, and just said like, oh yeah, that's, these things aren't rape. It's not allowed. It's not legal in our country, so you're going to be safe. It's not going to fucking happen. Already happening, mate. Check your own news archives, why don't you? Oh, fuck. Yeah, he did say something, and it wasn't that. But we will skirt over this. I'm going to miss a lot for doing this when I'm just got out of bed. But I can't do it downstairs for reasons that I can't. Like, shit's in my own life has just gone haywire. So you're going to be getting videos for that on some point in time. Anyways, so in this video yesterday, Andrew Tate's there. And he's going on to Bonnie Blue saying, like, he loves her work. Of course he does, right? Of course he does. He loves her work. He absolutely has so much respect for her because she gives men her fanny for free. He loves that. Then the host dude, I want to say his name was Robert Moore. If I've got that wrong, I apologise to that man. He said, like, what about if it was your daughter doing what Bonnie Blue's doing? And Andrew Tate went full on muzzy mode, right? And that's how I knew. That's why I went and Googled it, because he was like, no, that is physically impossible. And he's like, what? You can't say that. Like, it's her body urgent. No, I can say that. I can say that. It is physically impossible for my daughter to end up like her. No way. It's not going to happen. I can tell you for a fact, for 100% fact, that fucker is not going to happen because she's my daughter. And literally, I am the man in her life, and I tell her how to be a woman until I hand her over to another man. And then she's his to control. And I'm like, that says Muslim. So I Googled it, and yes, he is a fucking Muslim. And like I said, even this Afghan boatman, oh, he was gorgeous, said to me, yes, women and children are less, women and girls do mean less to us. And I mentioned the other day that, like, I went out briefly for a few weeks with an Arab man when I was about 30. And he'd go off and he'd do his praying, and that's all really I knew. Other than that, and he did a lot of business. All I know about him being an Arab. But we did have an awful lot of sex. And then he was round my house one day, and my daughter was just being my daughter and just playing around and whatever and talking to me, and so she'd be about 12. He just was, no. He's like, no, I'm sorry, but you've got to get your daughter to stop speaking. Your daughter talks too much. She should be seen. Girls should be seen and not heard. You shouldn't allow her to join in adult conversations. No, no, no. And I'm like, fuck off then. I'll bring my kids up how I fucking want, mate. Like, you, what? Just because you're gorgeous and, you know, like, and that. And he'd bring me, well, I remember him buying me a bottle of perfume once, which was really, really nice. So he was kind of attentive and whatever, but it was mainly, he was just a really handsome man. And, and it's like, I don't care. That's for me. You're for me. My daughter, I'm for her. Like, literally, you do not get it. To tell me, no. So he was gone. But I should have known then. But now, because this mosque has turned up on my fucking doorstep and I've Googled the fucker, ChatGPT is really, you know, because ChatGPT will tell you fucking anything. And literally, it doesn't care who it offends, but it won't offend Muslims. You know, like, the way it skirts around shit. But go to billionbibles.org, I think it is. And on there, it will tell you that men can have 4 wives, women can only have 1 husband. That the man can divorce the wife, but the wife can't divorce the husband. And that, right, was proven. That, at least, is genuinely real, because we were watching Resident Alien on Netflix, and there's a Muslim girl in there. And there was some talk of divorce, or some, I don't know, some talk of anything. And she turned around and said, no, in my religion, the woman, only the man can divorce the wife, or whatever. So at the very least, that part of this thing, 100% behind. That women have to wear a head covering, and men, if a woman isn't wearing a head covering, is their sexual property. And it's not, because of Taqiyya, the art of lying. These people will stand up, a group of Muslims will stand there in a court of law and lie for each other with no remorse, no twangs, because their law comes above our law, right? And saying that is branded hate speech by them, and all of the wives have just gone, duh, okay. Like, and literally the government, the local councils, the fucking police are like, no, don't piss off the Muslims. No, don't piss off the Muslims. Literally, the Muslims think them better themselves, better than anybody who isn't a Muslim, and they see all men as better than all women. So literally, like Andrew Tate said last night, from all I could see, taking